Good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be giving a demonstration of Complete Anatomy, a 3D anatomy platform designed by 3D for Medical and brought to you by Elsevier. This cutting-edge visualization software is the most advanced educational platform on the market. It provides students with an alternative way to explore anatomy beyond the traditional atlas. Upon opening the application, you are presented with the following home screen. This dashboard, or main menu, is referred to as the hub and is easily accessible from all areas of the application. The hub is a gateway to all the features of Complete Anatomy, including our models, courses, videos, and our newly released radiology functionality. We can also access our settings and recents from the hub. Settings in the right top corner includes our account details and preferences, such as color, theme, and language selection. The Recents tab on the left-hand side shows us content or models that we've been working on previously. We are now going to look at the centerpiece of the app, the 3D anatomical model of the human body. It can be accessed through the Models button. The selected anatomical model can be easily manipulated with fingers on a mobile device or by using a mouse and keyboard on a computer. It can be rotated, panned from left to right, or zoomed in or out. If the model gets lost on screen, we can use the Home button to return the model to its default positioning. There are over 7,000 selectable structures in this model, and they are all rendered in real time. What this means for you is that there are no loading times or lag when you manipulate the model. The Systems menu can be accessed along the bottom of the screen. You can use the plus and minus buttons above each system to navigate through that system's layers. You can also click on a Systems button to quickly turn a system on or off. And when we look at the skeletal system, for example, we can use this layering button to add the parts, surfaces, and landmarks of the skeleton. The parts, surfaces, and landmarks can now be selected also. We can use the Undo button to reverse our last change. And if we hold down the Undo button, we can return the model to the default positioning. Now let's look at how to select structures. For example, selecting an anatomical structure highlights it and provides the user with information about it, an audio recording to hear correct pronunciation, and tools for navigating that structure. Using this audio button, we can hear the correct pronunciation of the structure's name.
Mandible.
By pressing these three dots, we can access alternative names for the structure. The information box contains a quick facts section for a brief overview of that structure's anatomy, and it also contains comprehensive information for students who want to conduct more in-depth study. At the bottom of our info box, we can see that all the information in Complete Anatomy is referenced from gold standard textbooks such as Gray's Anatomy and Netter's Atlas of Anatomy. There are a number of view options to the right of the structure's name. These tools can help us to understand the relationship between the chosen structure and its surrounding parts. For example, we can use the Isolate tool to focus on the individual structure. We can still manipulate the structure in this view. We also have access to the text box related to this structure, and we have a number of default views, such as the anterior view and the posterior view. The Hide tool allows us to remove a structure. The Fade tool allows us to see through a structure. And the Hide Others tool is similar to the Isolate tool, in that it removes all surrounding structures. If I select the sphenoid bone, we see the value of the Fade Others tool. Our users find this tool particularly useful because it allows us to explore spatial arrangements and anatomical relationships that are usually quite difficult to visualize, as shown here with the sphenoid bone. We also have the option to use the multi-selection tool to select multiple structures at once. We can do this by selecting them one by one, or we can use the Select Area tool, which allows us to use a drag and drop box to select all the structures in a specific area. Now I'm going to show you something pretty cool. When we have multiple structures selected, we have the opportunity to use this Explode tool. The Explode tool really allows us to view spatial arrangements and relationships between different structures. And we can see that each of these structures retains a remarkable level of detail, even after they've been separated from one another. We can see the list of structures here on the left-hand side. And we even have the opportunity to select a structure from this list, to highlight it in the exploded view, and to show us the structure's text box. Similarly, we can select a structure from the exploded view of the model to see its name in the list and also the information box associated with it. And once we have completed viewing the structures in this view, we simply use the Assemble tool to put the model back together. And then we simply press the Exit tool to end our multi-selection. So alongside these view tools, we also have tools that allow us to view more information about a specific system. And these are known as our system-specific tools. For example, with the skeletal system, we can see the parts, surfaces, landmarks. We also have conditions and treatments related to the selected area. In the muscular system, we can make use of the cross-section tool, for example. And this allows users to visualize how different anatomical structures relate to each other. And we can move through these cross-sections. And we can even select structures in cross-section to see the name of the selected structure. We also have a motion option. And selecting the motion option on a muscle will enable the motion mode that shows realistic structural motion and articulation. The motion is rendered in real time, so we can pause it and control it ourselves. This allows us to move the muscle through the desired range of motion. We can also switch between different motions in the motion mode. So for example, the rectus femoris also takes part in the hip flexion motion. So we can switch to this motion and see the different selection of muscles that contribute to this motion. And again, we can continue to manipulate the model and even pause the model to move through the desired range of flexion as we so choose. Other tools that our users really enjoy are the nervous innervation and arterial supply path tool. For example, with the nervous innervation tool, we can choose to either isolate or highlight the innervation pathway. Isolating the pathway removes the rest of the body and allows us to select individual structures on the way back to the central nervous system. Highlighting the innervation pathway fades the rest of the model and allows us to visualize the spatial relationships and arrangements as the innervation pathway travels to the muscle. Similarly, with the arterial supply path tool, we have the opportunity to isolate the arterial supply path on its way back to the heart, which removes the rest of the model. Or we can highlight the arterial supply path, which fades the rest of the model and allows us to visualize these structures in relation to the surrounding model. This is a good opportunity to show you the breadcrumb trail. So if we turn on the arterial system and hide the skeletal system, we can zoom in to even an extremely small structure in the application, such as the medial plantar artery, and we see a breadcrumb trail is shown at the top of the screen. And this breadcrumb trail allows us to identify where in the body systems this structure lies, and it allows us to move through the structures from specific to global and all the way back. So I'm going to hide the arteries now and show you something really cool. If we zoom in on the heart here and choose to remove the pericardium using the breadcrumb trail, We can turn on the heart simply by double-clicking. And now we see that we have a beating heart at the center of our model. When we remove the anterolateral wall of the right ventricle, we can actually see into the heart and see the structures moving in real time. By looking internally into the heart, we see how different structures contribute to the cardiac cycle, and these structures can still be selected while the model is in motion. Again, using the breadcrumb trail, we're going to restore the heart, and using a double click, we can turn the beating heart off. Again, I can hold down on the undo button and select undo all, and then use the home button to return the model to its default positioning. Alongside this gross male model, we also have a number of female prosections for the female pelvis and female thorax, and a number of detailed microanatomy models. These can be accessed through the models menu in the left bottom corner. So let's take a look at the female pelvis, for example. Here at 3D for Medical, we pride ourselves from building our female model from the ground up. Unlike some of our competitors who have fallen into the trap of creating a shrunken male model, we have taken great time and attention and care to creating an accurate female model that accurately represents sexual dimorphism between male and female anatomy. So we can actually turn these systems on layer by layer. And in the same way we would with the gross anatomy model, we can create a full model here. And we actually still have the ability to select individual structures and interact with the model just like we can with our gross male model. And the same applies to our female thorax model. We also have a number of detailed models in the applications, including prosections, microanatomy, and some cell biology models as well. So let's take a look at our detailed eye model. What's exciting about this detailed eye model is that it allows us to represent the anatomy in greater detail than we can in our gross male model. We have the ability to use our view tools on individual structures, just like we do in the gross male model. And now I'm going to show you how we can explore this microanatomy model in more detail. By highlighting and hiding individual layers, we can dig deeper and deeper into the eye itself. We can even go to the extraordinary detail level of the zonular fibers. And using our breadcrumb trail, we can return the model to its default positioning with all the structures intact. We can also take a look at some of our popular microanatomy models, such as the blood microanatomy model, which can be explored in detail by removing the blood plasma and looking up at the different cells associated with the blood. And again, we have detailed information in our info or text box, which is also referenced from a number of gold standard textbooks. We have a number of sensory system microanatomy models, including our cochlea, our retinal layers model, and our tongue model. Recently added in January of 2021, we also have a cells of nervous tissue model, which focuses on the neuron and its accompanying neuroglia, including the astrocytes, the oligodendrocytes, the microglial cells, and the ependymal cells. What's really interesting here is that if we zoom into the terminal bouton of the neuron, we have the option to switch to the synapse micromodel, which is a more zoomed in version of our terminal bouton and accurately represents a synapse. We also have the ability to show multiple model setups at the same time using the tab button, which can be enabled in the preferences area of the settings. So if we select a tab, we see that we have two different tabs that can be set up in different ways. And we can simply switch between the tabs by selecting the tab button. And this is a very useful tool for when we're using complete anatomy to represent live lectures over Zoom.